Chillin' with Larry Megan.
Well, here we go. We're chilling with Larry Megan tonight. It's been a very hectic day here today. See, we got a nice audience already here waiting for us. I've got Savvy Avi in the studio tonight. Let's give the guys a quick shot of Savvy Avi, Ronnie, just because I know they've been waiting out there. You can say hi, Avi.
Hi, guys. I know, I forget there's a giant mic in front of me.
All right, yeah. But anyway, tonight we're going to get to meet Savvy Avi from Exoskeleton, Exo Retro now, up close and personal, and we'll try to, dig into her background a little bit, see if what we can find out about Avi. For the Classic Film Zone tonight, first of all, we always start every show. I don't know if you ever watched my show. I know you haven't, but that's okay.
I'm going to say that I haven't, but it's only because the iPad does not have a flash player.
I know. Don't you hate that?
I've pulled up your website countless times. I mean, you could check my history.
I know. I hate that.
And it would show that I had.
I know. I spent like $1,000 on the iPad too, and you can't play.
No.
It's
flash player.
ridiculous. But anyway, we start every show, talking about the X Factor. And usually I have Jonathan here with me, and he's out of town. So Merry Christmas, Jonathan, to you and your family. And he gives us his take on it because, Jonathan is an actor and he does plays and things. He's building a new theater out in Hastings.
Oh, cool.
With his wife. And, but tonight, we're not going to be able to get much into the X Factor because we've been doing our shows on Thursday night when I have the clips and we can download the official X Factor clips. We're not going to be able to do that. You didn't see the show at all, right? Because you were with your family.
Right.
When you came over here, I DVR'd the show. I was hoping maybe you could at least watch some of the performances.
I know, and I'm sorry I didn't get here until later. But
maybe after the show. Although,
to.
we can only spend a little time.
I know, you said you have to run off.
I know, I've got to be...
I was planning to hang out with you all night, and you've just killed that, so...
Well, I could call in sick.
There's an idea.
I don't know, man. I gotta keep my day job, too, But I got to be at Shop NBC at 1 a.m. for a 2 a.m. Central Time. So... that's a little crazy.
Yeah.
But in any case, the X Factor tonight, real quickly, the final three, I really don't care who wins because I like all three of them. Have you watched it at all this season?
I really haven't. I'm one of those I can't watch TV as it happens kind of people. I know DVR and all that, but I get impatient waiting week to week. So I usually wait until the whole season of whatever it is done and then, get to watch it all at once. It doesn't work that way, very well for a show like The X Factor.
Yeah.
But.
So anyway, tonight, here's what happened, okay? You have the three finalists are Chris Rene, Melanie Amaro, and Josh Krajic. Now, all season long, I've been pulling for Josh and Melanie because I think they're the two best singers.
Right.
But I got to tell you, Chris got me a couple of weeks ago with he writes original songs. He's kind of a rap kind of guy from California, recovering, drug addict and all that. And he did a song, Where Do We Go From Here? And he really got me, with that song. He just sat up there with the acoustics, and it's an original tune. And Chris Rene tonight was fantastic. I thought they did something really cool where they had each one of the three finalists sing with an established recording artist. So Josh Krajic started off the show singing a duet with Alanis Morissette.
Oh.
And it was...
I haven't seen her in eons.
Yeah,
so that was cool.
I know. Yeah, I thought she was done already. But anyway, she did a nice job. She really did. And Josh, I don't know, a little bit weak on that first song. Then came out Chris Rene, and he did an awesome duet with Avril Lavigne.
Oh, nice.
And they were like, two peas in a pod. They looked like brother and sister. They were just kicking it, and they were doing great. And then the third one was Melanie Amaro, and she did a duet with R. Kelly.
Oh, wow.
And it was incredible. I think R. Kelly was sensational, and I think Melanie was kind of playing it a little bit low-key out of respect to R. Kelly. Mm-hmm. And then on the second go-round, the three of them each did a solo song, and Josh did At Last, which is what he auditioned with. And my friend Greg, if you're out there, give us a call here to the studio. At Last was written by my friend's grandfather.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was written by...
That song is iconic.
It is iconic.
Yeah.
And to see Josh, this kind of, scraggly hair, bearded guy singing At Last, you think of Etta James or
of course.
Celine Dion more recently did At Last.
Yeah.
But anyway, I know Greg's dad made some money on that one tonight. And he just did it acoustic, and he did it great, And then Chris Rene came out there and he did Young Homie. Have you seen Young Homie?
Uh-uh.
Another original composition by Chris Rene. That's what he auditioned with. He came out there, young homie, what you tripping on? Anyway, it was really cool. He did it with the full ensemble with the dancers.
I don't see you as the rap guy. So, I mean, if a rap artist is going to impress you,
listen,
that must be huge.
Well, you get it then. You're right.
Yeah,
Avi, nicely said. You're absolutely
Seriously.
correct. But the guy is, he's sensitive. He's original. He's lovable. I mean, everybody's liking this guy. He's not the greatest singer, but he tries to sing, and he can sing. He can carry a tune.
I admire any singer-songwriter, though. That's just me. I have amazing amount of respect for people that can write their own songs.
I would love you to see Young Homie. Do we have Young Homie in the folder there? We don't have it from tonight, but it could be in the check in the X Factor. I mean, it's pretty cool. I don't know if we have. No, you'd have to go to the very first. Is there a Young Homie in there by Chris Rene? No, it's probably not there.
I'm sure I could find it though.
Well, go back to the original one to go up one. Yeah, now scroll to the right. Scroll to the right. Do you see Chris Rene? Can you scroll again? Nothing. All right, we don't have it. But in any case, it's really cool. And then his Where Do We Go From Here? Mm-hmm. Now that we have. Let's do. That's the only thing we'll do on the X Factor. Then we're going to get into Avi. Go into the top 5 folder there, Ronnie. Okay. X Factor. I think it was up one. Up. Is that one more? There it is. Is that yeah? All right. Check this out. This was Chris Rene just 2 weeks ago, and this is my choice for tonight. See if you like this.
All right.
Check this out.
It's the second singer from the boys, L.A. Reid, sir.
Yes, sir. So, performing a song that he chose, but not only did he choose it, he wrote it. This is Chris Rene.
This week started off amazing. Me and Marcus sitting at the table. Hello?
This is Stevie.
Stevie Wonder is my musical hero. I grew up listening to him.
Chris, I heard you sing Young Homie. Do I know it's an original song? You are inspiring me right now.
The phone call from Stevie Wonder makes me want to get on stage and do the best I've ever done. We've been practicing songs all week.
Things change like this all the time.
And then all of a sudden now we're not doing those songs.
Here we go, from the top, play it.
I got 24 hours to prepare a new song. The song that I chose to do is an original song, and it's a little bit of anxiety because it's a song that nobody's ever heard.
All right, do it, man. Do it for your family.
It's scary. I'm 4 people away from $5 million. I hope America likes it. This is an original. I hope you like it as much as I do. Da, na, 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 na. Or maybe we could take our chances. Or maybe we could see what's on your mind. I wonder if we look inside our hearts, exactly what we'd find. Or maybe we could take a lot of pain away. Yeah, yeah. Or maybe we can heal the world today. Or maybe you know something I don't. If you do, then tell me. Hey. Where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? God only knows. Yeah, 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 yeah. Da, na, 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 na. Yeah,
So that was Chris Rene. What do you think?
I'm actually happily surprised. That was really good.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's cool. And
see, like you said, it's not the most outstanding voice in the world, but honestly, I admire singer-songwriters. And I personally think that when somebody is singing a song that they wrote themselves, that heartfelt passion it's not translatable by anybody else. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So, like, he felt it. He was in it. That was good.
No question. And that's what his whole thing is all about, his originality. He's a songwriter. When he tried to do cover songs, he struggled a little bit.
Yeah.
But when he does his own stuff, I mean, you can see this guy's he's gonna have a career. There's no question about it.
That's very cool.
So tomorrow night, they're going to decide who gets the $5 million.
So I'm glad you filled me in, so now I can just catch up and not have to.
Will you be back home by then?
I should be.
The show's at, you're on Eastern time, right? Or Central?
Eastern time.
Eastern time, so it'll be 8 p.m. Eastern.
I will be home by then.
So you can check out the finale. It's going to be a 2-hour finale tomorrow night. Well, a lot of things going on here. First, for any new viewers coming to the show, you've never been here before, let me urge you to click on the Facebook button over on the side there, or at the top, I should say, and like our Facebook page at Acorn TV. Click on the Twitter button, please, and follow our Twitter. We'll always give you updates, when the show is going to be. Our next show will be next Wednesday, who the guest is going to be, that kind of a thing. So, go ahead and join us there. Now, tonight, we're giving away a free watch once again. We've done that for 2 weeks in a row, and Avi and her boss were kind enough to donate a watch. And I think it's time we should tell them what it's all about, Avi. So, I'm going to let you tell them what they're going to win. And here it is, Avi.
Well, I actually brought it. I brought it with me. So
I'll open the box.
Yeah, please do.
Now,
but
don't go into your Shop NBC mode. Now,
no, I won't.
We're just hanging out.
This is for real.
Well, no, we're just hanging out at one of our spots and talking.
I have to open it though. Larry might mess up the box.
Okay, I'm not going to mess up the box.
What if you wrinkle it, Larry?
I'm not going to wrinkle it. I'll wrinkle your dress. Okay.
My dress doesn't wrinkle. Actually, it's a sweater dress, so no wrinkling that. But this is actually one that is not even available for sale. True story. So Shop NBC doesn't have it. Somebody's going to win something that is quite coveted and quite awesome. And it's the vintage 1943 P38 watch in the gray. So this gray color is not available to anybody other than those of you that are going to, email, Larry? They email the show?
You see on the screen right down there, this is the P30. This is the P38, right?
Oh, right here, yeah.
Did you say P51?
No, it's P38.
Yeah, P38. But you see it says contact@acorn.tv.
That's it.
So you're going to send an email, but you can't send them just yet, okay?
Oh, really?
You have to wait.
Oh.
Because they have to put the secret word in the subject line. And we don't give out the secret word right now,
You
Avi.
clever man. I adore you. That's smart. So you'll get the certificate of authenticity, the card, the whole shebang. You can keep it for yourself, gift it to somebody else, but that's what you'll win.
Avi, I want to just congratulate you and EXO. Now I'm sounding like Tim, aren't I? No, but seriously, I was blown away. I know MJ, and I've met her, and I just think you guys have just hit a tremendous home run. It's so unlike Exoskeleton. You kind of went mainstream, but you did it in such a incredible way. I mean, the experience. I know from experience, okay? This packaging,
it's pretty cool. Did you see this instruction booklet?
I saw it when I didn't see it live.
You'll have to take a look through it because we actually we even have pictures of the era in the instruction booklet.
It's like a magazine.
Wild. Yeah, we had to design it to be the same size as the box. But see, you told me not to get all Shop NBC.
Well, don't go to Shop NBC mode. This is like we're hanging out mode.
Yeah, no, it's true. But I'm really proud to be a part of this. And I appreciate all of the feedback from you guys. Some has been good and some has been bad. But, we take it all in stride and we do actually listen to what you say. But those of you that are worried about this being the new direction for Exoskeleton, it isn't. Okay, so that's why we specifically called it Exo Retro. It's a complete side project. So don't worry about losing that big outlandish design. We are working on that, and it is going to blow your mind. The designs are unbelievable. Actually, I should have brought some pictures so you guys could have gotten some sneak peeks. But I'm telling you, this is just kind of just a deviation from what we've normally done, and that's why we gave it an altogether new name. So, to Tim was telling me, I think that one guy compared it to, it would be like comparing apples to pineapples, so it's like the word apple is in both, but they're two totally different fruits. So that's how I want you guys to think of XO Retro.
Yeah, but I just love what you're doing with the whole marketing thing, the packaging. I love the instruction booklet, the custom envelope, the hologram on the certificate. I mean, these things cost money.
Yeah.
She had to spend $15 a watch for this stuff.
Yeah.
At her cost. I'm serious. I know what this stuff costs. It's tremendous. And you didn't show this on the air.
No, I didn't. This is the box that it actually comes in. But
that's awesome. So
the whole design team on at Exoskeleton, we all make it happen, and there's some really hardworking, amazing people.
And another thing I like is that I know how you've applied yourself to this position. Since you left JTV. I mean, you went to China, you went to Hong Kong, you got in the factories, Can
I tell you? It gave me a new appreciation for watchmaking. I am not even kidding, and I'm probably not allowed to say this, but. We're kind of off the record.
Yeah.
You'd be shocked at some of the watch brands that you saw next to each other.
I know.
I mean, honestly, some people think, oh, well, I'm going to buy this because there's all this cachet, and it's being manufactured right next to, a much lower standard watch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's like it blew my mind to see the kind of levels that were all being made by the same factories.
Before we get into all the stuff I want to try and dig out of you, Avi. We have a caller on the line, so let's. We're going to take calls intermittently. I know a lot of guys want to speak to you, so let's see. Question: who is it? Jeff is on the line. First name and try to Ronnie, have her try to find out city and state so we know where they're calling from. Okay, Virginia. Okay, there it is. Jeff, you're on the line with Avi. Welcome to the show.
Hey there, guys.
Hi, Jeff.
Hi. My name is Jeff Mead. I live in Fredericksburg, Virginia. Big watch nut, obviously. I love Exoskeleton, and like watching Larry on Shop as well with the Sterling originals, and I own several Sterlings, and I really enjoy, especially that Manchester Aussie. That thing is sweet, but. I'm a Watch Geek member, and also am a proud member of the 50 Big Time Watch Extravaganza that Rick Donahue has started, and it's just been an awesome experience with that Facebook stuff. So, but I just wanted to call and say hi. The question that I have for you, Avi, is it's my understanding that XO's corporate headquarters are in Columbia, Maryland. If I'm right on that.
I'm going to answer not really. And the reason I say that is not to be vague, but it's that we don't have one corporate headquarter. I would consider us more of a hub company. So we operate out of small hubs all throughout the country and all throughout the world. And that's what comes together to make Exoskeleton. But if you really wanted to be official, our main headquarter would be New York. But again, one of our hubs is out of Maryland.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, I stand corrected then, because I was just curious if I had been correct on that, if, Columbia is about 45 minutes from where I live, depending on how the traffic is.
Mm-hmm.
I was just curious if they were open to visitors and tours of the facility. So,
well, again, there's not really a facility there. We do our customer service through there, so I know you guys have sent your watches to be repaired in a Columbia, Maryland area. We're working on a showroom in New York, so we are working on actually having a place that people can go visit, because we understand that there is a desire for that. But as of right now, I mean, for instance, I live in Tennessee, and I'm a part of the XO team. We really are a very technological company, so a lot of what we do is able to be done via chat or telephone or webcast, and so we're able to operate kind of in that fashion.
Okay, well, that pretty much sums that up, and I'm going to say a very big happy holidays to you and Larry. I don't want to take up any more time, because I know there's a lot of people that want to get on and talk to you, and congratulations on the new retro watches.
Thank you so much, Jeff. And Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to you as well.
Yeah, you guys take care and have, like I say, have a great holiday and a safe, happy, healthy New Year. And Larry, keep up the good work too, my friend. And also a big Merry Christmas to all the guys and gals on the Fiddy's Big Time Watch Extravaganza.
That's right.
Well, thank you very much, Jeff. And, I know Fiddy pretty well, and it's really amazing what he created on Facebook. I'll tell you what, that group gets more activity than any page.
I always see the posts and, on my news feed, but I've yet to, to actually engage. And for that, I'm sorry, Fiddy. I apologize. I promise to do better about that.
He's been a friend to us over here at Acorn. He's been making
awesome
posts and everything, and I really appreciate
I swear,
that.
I feel like I spend my life on electronics, and I'm not a technologically savvy person. So it's difficult for me. I think oftentimes it takes me 3 times as long as it would anybody else to respond to a text message or anything else.
Thank you for your call, Jeff. Really appreciate it.
Okay, guys. Have a great evening.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Take care now. Bye-bye. Well, okay, Abby, let's pass this over to Ronnie, would you please? Okay. I want to get into a little bit. You say you're from Brazil, right? And I've met your mother.
Well, I am from Brazil.
Okay.
I could prove it.
I know that. But were you born there or born here?
Yeah, I was born there. Is this a birther thing?
What do you mean a birther?
Are you a birther? I'm just kidding.
What does that mean?
That whole President Obama, where was he really born? Like, the people that doubted are called birthers.
Okay.
I'm just teasing you.
All right, so, because I know you're from L.A. too, though.
I'm not from L.A. I did live there.
Yeah, because I told you that I had a storage container in Rancho Cucamonga, and you said you went to school there. And I said, come on, nobody went to school.
I did. I went to Rancho Cucamonga High School. Now, what's funny is if you try to go back and look at yearbooks, I went there second semester of senior year, and I was probably 3 times my normal size. So you would have to look for a much larger woman.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
But I was there.
All right. So now let's take it, from high school. You went to college or no?
Some college, Larry, but what ended up happening is I became kind of a dabbler, and I changed my major so many times that I said, I'm just going to stop and figure out what I want to do. And then in the meantime, I got involved in, in the on-air thing at JTV. So,
all right, how did that come about?
I actually started
in that's in Tennessee. You were in LA, right? Or no, you moved to Tennessee.
I was. Okay. Well, you started with Brazil, so I'm going to start there. And
I just wanted to know, were you born there?
Yes,
or was you're saying you're Brazil because your mother was born
No.
from there?
I'll give you guys the condensed version, okay? So I was born in São Paulo, Brazil. I'm a paulistana. That's what people from São Paulo are called. Big city girl. And I lived there until I was 6 years old. When I was 6, my mother actually came to America because she had met my stepdad 3 years prior, and they wrote letters back and forth. This is before the internet age. So he invited us to come and visit him, and then eventually proposed to my mom because she's awesome. And so we were living in Memphis, Tennessee. That was actually the first place that I ever lived. So we lived there for a year, and then I've lived in Wisconsin, Oklahoma, South Carolina, Georgia. Then I moved out to LA. We popped over to England and stayed there for a time, and then I went back to Tennessee, back to LA. And then now I'm back in Tennessee or something like that. But the point is that when people ask, where are you from, that's kind of a nebulous question because I've been just about everywhere. So.
Yeah, people ask me, so you're from New York. I say, no,
I pegged you as a New Yorker too. We had that conversation.
I'm from L.A.
I know. And you don't strike me as an L.A. guy.
I lived in New York for 6 years, but I'm from L.A. I always want to make that straight. Okay, I'm not a New Yorker. I'm an L.A. guy. All right. Anyway.
I guess from the waist up, you look New York, but those ripped jeans are definitely more LA. So.
Oh, well, listen, I have a story about these ripped jeans. These are my lucky jeans,
I know they are.
Yeah. I had a girlfriend once from Paris, and I wore these ripped jeans. Maybe not this pair, maybe another pair, And we were like our 3rd or 4th date or something like that. And she said, and I wore my ripped jeans, and she says, no. She says, when you are out with me, you do not wear the ripped jeans and the tennis shoes. And I said, let me tell you something, sweetheart. I'm from Los Angeles, okay? And in L.A., we wear tennis shoes and jeans all year round.
Yeah.
And she says, darling, you may be from Los Angeles, but I am from Paris. Okay, and in Paris, the men do not wear the ripped jeans and the tennis shoes. Anyway, I know I could wear my ripped jeans with you, Abby.
I will always let you wear your ripped jeans, Larry.
I know that. So do we have a caller on the line? Is that a video call or is that just a... because I know he's called the last 2 weeks with video calls. Mark, you're on the line here. Welcome to the show.
Hey, Larry, and hi, Avi. How are you?
Doing well. How are you?
Did you try to video Skype us again, Mark?
Yeah, I did, and I even have my Brazil shirt on. Avi, we share something in common. My mother was born in Bahia.
Oh, that's so great.
So I'm constantly been in Brazil and hanging out at Copacabana Palace and all the lovely attributes of what a beautiful country. So it's nice to be able to speak to another Brazilian.
Absolutely.
I have a question for you. When you originally aired your first products with Tim, I guess maybe a year or so ago, I mean, most of those watches sold out like instantaneously. And I know you've had a few airings. Are you anticipating, outside of the retro, which you premiered the other day, coming out with any new lines in the near future on the shop?
Specifically for exoskeleton?
Yes.
Absolutely. We've designed several collections, and by designed, I mean that we've actually, come up with the concept, created the artwork, created the specifications. We actually even have prototypes for a lot of the collection, and so we are in the works. Short answer is yes, we are going to come out with other collections. As far as a time period, I'm really not sure. And it's kind of difficult because the very thing that makes EXO so wonderful is also what makes shows, so difficult. It's that we are fastidious about details, meticulous. So even when we go to manufacture something, it's a lot of go-between. It's a lot of, well, we need to tweak this or modify that, or this isn't quite right, redo it. And so building a collection takes a really long time. But yes, we will come out with new collections.
Yeah, well, obviously with the R&D and the capital just associated with it, are you going to be following, like some of the other vendors on shop, going into the Tourbillon line, or is not something that's being discussed?
We had a Tourbillon, which barely aired, actually. I don't know if we're going to revisit it necessarily. We like to always be on something new, kind of a watch design ADD, if you will. So we've been looking at some new concepts altogether, and the design team at Exoskeleton is always trying to push the envelope. For instance, the Tourbillon at the price that we had it was unbelievable. We had it at just under $1,000, which most people wouldn't do, but we made it happen. And so with that, we're actually looking at different things beyond tourbillons.
Well, that's wonderful. I must have blinked and missed it because I was watching the shows and didn't see it. And Larry, I don't want to take up a lot of your airtime because obviously, I've been on for the past two airings. Again, I'm just fascinated by the quality of the guests that you have on. I just want to wish you and all a very happy and healthy New Year, and thank you for allowing me to have the short opportunity to speak with you.
Well, Mark, thank you very much. Really appreciate your participation in the show. Sorry we couldn't do the video Skype again. I don't really know what's going on with that. I thought we had the issue solved, but I guess I need to get another new computer. I guess 4 is not enough. We probably need 5. But I mean, this gets expensive, Avi.
I'm surrounded by electronics. I honestly
take a look at what's going on in here.
This has to be a health risk, right? Cancer and all that. I'm just teasing.
I don't know. We got a lot of equipment in
here.
It
is. It's surrounded. I wish you guys could see.
But it's not functioning on the video Skype, so we got to try and get to the bottom of that.
I'm telling you, it's me, because when I say technology hates me, I mean it. Like,
really?
Electronics stop working when I'm around.
Well, we had the same issue last week, but maybe we'll see if we can get that right. But Mark, thanks again. Happy New Year. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays to you, and we appreciate the love here. Thank you.
One more thing, Larry.
Yep.
Avi, maybe you should have Larry try one of those caipirinhas so he can get a taste of what really happens in Brazil.
Absolutely.
Was it spicy?
I'm sorry, a caipirinha?
Yeah.
No.
What is it?
It's a drink. It's a signature drink of Brazil.
Oh. Well,
it's a Brazilian rum, Larry.
I have a show to do tonight, so.
I know. Yeah, he has a show to do tonight, but I'll bring you some cachaça next time.
Maybe if I could get your mother to stay over.
She would too. She really likes you, Larry. So, not in an inappropriate way, mind you, but
fine, no problem. All right, thanks, Mark.
Thank you, brother.
All right, nice. All right, I think it's time we should at least repeat, the thing. Should we give out the? You want to give out the secret word?
I don't know. That's on you. I've not done this before.
First, before we give the graphic for the secret word tonight, let me at least give the rules again. It looks like our audience is building out there, Avi.
I want to check the chat. Can I do that? I'm going to look.
We're up to 50. Now, here's what's going on, guys. tonight we're giving away a free watch. It's the Exoskeleton P38 Lightning World War II watch. It's the gray execution. Avi did not have that available on Shop NBC, so it's very rare. And this actually has a piece of the airplane, melded into the case, right, Avi?
Oh yeah. Amalgamated, technically. Yeah, but it's in there.
You use that word amalgamated or amalgamation like 10 times, Avi. That was good. But anyway, what you have to do is you have to put send an email to contact@acorn.tv. Now, in the body of the email, we're gonna change it up. We used to put the phone number. We're not gonna have the phone number now. You're gonna have to pay attention right now if you want to get this right. Okay. You're gonna put your first name, city, and state, or put your first and last name. Put both your first and last, but just first and last name, city, and state. So name, city, and state in the body of the email. And now let's cut to Avi. Keep the graphic up there, Ronnie.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm giggling at the chat.
Avi, you get to announce the secret word tonight.
Ooh, do I know it?
No, but you're going to know it.
Okay.
Here it is.
Okay, the secret word tonight.
Give it to him, Ronnie.
Is savvy.
So that goes in the subject line.
Okay, you got it.
Okay. So they have to put savvy in the subject line.
I like it.
Okay, in honor of Savvy Avi.
Thank you so much.
Now, who came up with Savvy Avi?
Okay, the story with Savvy Avi, I'm not presumptuous, and I don't think that I am that savvy. I told you I'm not technologically savvy. But the story behind that, Larry, is that everybody mispronounces my name. And I know,
Avi.
Yeah, I know that AVI, Avi, if you're a Jewish gentleman, is a common name, but my name is Avi. And so in order to help people remember that, it's easy to tell them that, it's like Savvy Avi, and then people don't forget.
Because I used to call you Avi.
I know, and I understand, but it's not my name.
Okay.
It'd be like if I called you Laurie. It's just not, it's not the same name.
No.
So.
It's not. But all right, good. So Savvy Avi is here with us, and the secret word tonight, we have a few pictures of Savvy Avi. I lifted off of your Facebook page.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah, but you got to stop them because they run through really quick, Ronnie. Oh, you put them in the player. Nice job, Ronnie. I'll tell you what, Ronnie's a great engineer.
That was actually for a friend of mine, Greg. He set up a studio at his house and wanted to take some pictures. So I told him I'd come over and let him do some shots.
Ronnie, let's put the mask on that, the computer mask on that. Well, it might, I see it's going to crop a little bit. That's okay. Anyway, you might not like my choices of pictures.
Well, but you obviously chose them for a reason, right? Or did you randomly click? Is that what it was?
Yeah, I just randomly. I mean, I went through. Give us another one, Ronnie. This was at the plane thing, right?
It was, yeah. This was when we went to go visit the warplanes.
And you were shooting.
That was at my friend Greg's house as well. Oh, that's from my cell phone.
Oh, is it really? Now, who came up with these costumes and everything? I mean, was that MJ thought this out? Or
yeah, and we basically we kind of wanted to conceptualize a vintage thing. Yeah, that was really fun. So mind you, we have a photographer and they're directing all of this, and so Tim was there
great,
too. Yeah, it was a good time. We had so much fun.
I called you Machine Gun Avi.
I like that. That's good. That was such a blast, like to actually be in those warplanes. And those guys were so sweet. They were unbelievable.
Okay.
They, took us on a tour of the planes. It was this private collection of World War I and World War II planes. And they all fly, Larry. Every single one of them. They're all functioning planes. It blew my mind. It was so cool.
Okay. Well, it looks like we have a caller on the phone. And you brought some pictures. We're going to get to that in a second. But it looks like we have a caller on the line here. Let's see if we can get to it. It's Mike from Minnesota. Let's, on the graphics, Ronnie, let's see if we could put, Michael from Eden Prairie, Minnesota.
All right. I don't know that it'll fit.
It'll fit. I've tested it. Okay. I know you and I didn't have a chance to talk. These graphics were done by my man in New York. We were working on these things at 3 a.m. But anyway, Michael from Eden Prairie, you're on the line. Let's see.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, hey, Mike. Oh, it's Mike Davis.
Yes, it is.
Hey, Big Mike. How are you?
I'm all right. I just wanted to call in and say hi and congratulate the beautiful Abby for her Great job with
Thank
the retro
you.
line, since we didn't get to talk too much the other night.
I
so,
know. I was bummed to not get to spend time with you. You know, I had ended up staying up for a solid 40 hours by the time I finally got to pass out and go to sleep. So
I know how that goes.
I wasn't
believe me,
very social. I thought, yeah, I know you know how it goes.
Yeah. And I was going to mess with you. I was going to send Larry the, how should I say it, guitar leg photo. and then said, no, because if it we're just not
Oh,
going to
that's
go
so
there.
funny. No, I love that. That was a good time.
But anyway, I just wanted to call, say hi. Glad to see you on the show and having fun with Larry.
You know, Mike, sorry we didn't. I don't know what's going on with our streaming on the phone. I see you're doing a video Skype, but yet.
This picture on your Skype profile.
Yeah, but Mike said it. I just saw his message. He said that he was getting a message that our stream was too slow for the video Skype, Ronnie.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna have to look into that. But sorry about that, Mike. But again, thanks for calling in. You know, why don't you come on over here? I got a nice spread going out there in the green room.
Yeah, I'm actually I was thinking about it. I'll get with you on Friday. I was feeling a little under the weather, so.
Oh, well, I was really hoping to give you a big hug. If you want to come by.
Yeah, see how she tempts me. Damn it.
It's about a 15-minute drive for you. You know, it's snowing out there too, though, so be careful.
It's not snowing.
I haven't been out there since this afternoon.
He's just trying to be selfish.
I'm going to ask the one question nobody's asked yet, and
Okay.
when are you going to be back?
You know, there is talk of February. January,
okay.
February. So hopefully much sooner than last time. Because
Okay, good.
I'm pretty sure I owe you a drink. So.
Well, we can all see if we can make the schedules work and get out. That's always a lot of fun.
Absolutely. I'm going to start just staying an extra day because all my boys are here, you know? I want to hang out with you
really.
guys.
I mean, we had the blast the last time we went out. You, me, Tim, and Anna, and...
I know. We need to do it again, so.
Yeah. Cool. Well, look, I won't take up any more of your guys' time. I just want to call, say hi, say congratulations for the great launch on the retro line.
Thank you so much.
We'll see you on the next go-round.
Thanks, Mike. It was great to talk to you.
Thank you,
All right.
Mike.
See you on Friday, Larry.
Okay, thanks, man.
Bye-bye.
We got to work on that Skype, Ronnie. You know, in our in between shows, see if we get that video Skype fixed up here. But okay, so we're going to go to these pictures that you brought in a minute. Maybe can we give some of these away? Is that
Yeah. I mean, these are my personal copies, but I'd be willing to sign them and give them away.
Oh yeah.
I would be. That's why I brought them.
So okay, we'll do that. Maybe what we'll do is we'll do an email thing or something.
Yeah.
No, we got the email contest going.
So what should we do?
Anybody that can get through on a phone call.
Oh.
Any callers after Mike Davis.
Okay. After Mike doesn't get one.
No, Mike doesn't get one. No, we can give one. All right, but I want to just pick up now. So you moved to Nashville. You were in Memphis, then Nashville. How did you get to JTV? That's what I want to know.
Okay, so
did you audition for that or what?
Funny story. I was actually working in the call center.
Okay.
So I was going to school and, was taking classes and then working in the call center as a call center representative. So if you ever ordered from JTV, you might have talked to me. But the point is that I was there and everybody said, well, you should audition to be a host. And I was like, no, I couldn't do that. That's not, I would never be able to do that. And so the longer I was there, in total, I was in the call center 2.5 years. The longer I was there, the more people said, you should audition. And so finally I was like, well, I might as well. So I went and did a screen test and prayed really, really hard that I'd get it. And then 1 year later, they contacted me and said, sure, we'd love to have you as a host. And that's how it started.
Now, do we have that video of that screen test anywhere in your garage?
Okay, I own it on VHS. I do. I have one copy of it on VHS, and it is tragic.
I want to see it.
Oh my gosh, it's so bad. It's so bad. Because what you had to do is for 5 minutes, you had to just sell something. So they would hand you.
I went through that back in 1996. A watch, actually. And
so this is my hands. I'm like this, holding the product, and I couldn't hold still enough to be able to show that. Oh, this is for me. This is my note.
Oh, okay. Okay, fine. I didn't know what that was meaning. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's good. My mother's here. She's sending me notes. But anyway, so my hands were trembling so bad, I couldn't even hold them still long enough to talk about the product. And
you must have done something right. They gave you the gig.
I think it's just because I am not too bad looking on camera. No, I'm telling you, it's
Don't get too full of yourself.
No,
girl,
it's by the grace of God, and that's really the truth of it. Is I prayed so hard. My mom prayed so hard that I would get the job. And actually, Larry, after that, they stopped hiring hosts with no experience. So that's why I'm saying I really think it was a blessing.
All right, listen, I want to interrupt right now. I see we got a caller on the line. I think I know who it is. Daniel from the studio. Daniel, can you hear us? You're on the air.
Hey, this is Daniel from Minnesota.
Oh, I thought it was somebody.
It is me. That's my American accent.
That was so good. I don't know how British people do that. That's fantastic.
Daniel from Eden Prairie, Minnesota, please.
Exactly. I wanted to I saw on Facebook you were doing this, and I had to call and say hello. And I also heard from Mike Davis, who I thought was coming over to me for a drink tonight, but obviously he's well enough to call in to say hello to you.
Well, Daniel, I'm going to see you tomorrow night. We have dinner plans, right?
Yes, we do.
Okay. But, I couldn't text you back fully because when you texted me yesterday, I was driving. Or was that today? I don't know if it was yesterday, today. I'm all mixed up. But I was driving. You know how I'm not too good at driving while I text, Daniel,
Well, I hope you don't take this as criticism, Larry, but I have to tell you one thing.
Okay.
Tomorrow at Shop NBC, I'm working with you for 3 hours.
Okay.
I kind of wish it was Avi.
That's okay, man.
Stop it.
That's okay.
Oh, Avi, I worked with you for the first time yesterday, and I loved every minute.
As did I. It was such a joy. Although, the more time I spend around you, the more I want to speak with a British accent. I'm going to have to pull a Madonna and just start speaking British.
Okay.
Well, it was a real treat. You were absolutely wonderful. Lovely to work with you.
Thank you, Daniel. You as well.
And, by the way, Daniel, tomorrow night, I don't know if you looked at the lineup here, but it's going to be a sterling clearance. I mean, we're giving, anybody out there watching, we're giving stuff away tomorrow night. I mean, we got a once only for $99 on a bridge watch. We've got that Patriarch, the jumping hour for like $90. I mean, they're like giveaways tomorrow night, guys. But
yeah, but you know what? None of that matters unless Avi's presenting it. It's really not interesting.
Stop it, Daniel. You're making me blush.
That's cool.
And Larry, I'm looking forward to tomorrow. We're going to have a great night. We'll go for dinner, and I'm looking forward to the shows.
Absolutely.
Avi, it was an absolute pleasure.
I'm looking forward
Thank
to
you,
it too,
Daniel.
Daniel. We'll see you tomorrow night. Thank you for calling in.
Good night, everyone.
Okay.
Bye, thanks.
I could listen to him read the phone book.
My mother said the same thing. Were you talking to her?
No. Well, I was talking to her, but not about that.
She said the same thing. I could listen to him say anything, and it would just be amazing. That's what she sounds like.
It's so true.
She's Brazilian. She has an accent.
can-
You love her accent too, though, don't you?
I do. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, she's got a great accent. All right, so you did the audition.
Yes.
For
speaking of which, I have to say that I lived all over the place because my father got transferred. My mother. That's the note that she said.
In the military? Or?
No. Actually, it wasn't the military. He would just get promoted, and we would move on to a different place. He works for Kimberly-Clark, so. That's that story. So I prefer to tell people that it was because he was a convict and we had to stay ahead of the law.
He's still around, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's in Tennessee as well.
Okay, cool. All right, so you did the screen test or the audition, and they said, okay, we're going to make you a host. Now,
well, it was a full calendar year later, mind you.
So you still stayed in the call center after they said you got the job?
No. It was a year before they called me back and said I got the job.
Wow.
Yeah. So I waited and I prayed and I waited and prayed. And then they called me back. So then I was a host there and it was lovely. I had a really great time. But what happened is I ended up kind of being a vampire, which I'm sure you know nothing about.
That's all I do is stay up all night.
So I was staying up all night and sleeping all day and the hours were grueling and I never got to see my mom. And she's my best friend and we love hanging out. So it was sad to not have her and I be on the same schedule. So I ended up leaving JTV, not really knowing what I was going to do. But when I left, I found out that some of the watch companies wanted to have me as the representative. So I got contacted by several and really loved Exoskeleton and jumped on board.
Okay, well, let's talk about that for a second because to me, it would be more of a natural, like when you're doing the hosting, that you would have been doing the jewelry and the fashion and those kinds of things, especially on jewelry television.
Right.
But you kind of gravitated toward watches. I mean, how did that happen? Because I know Tim was there. How did they put a chick on watches? I mean, what happened there?
Well, what happened was, Tim started at jewelry television. I think a lot of you know he was at Shop at Home. And Jewelry Television bought out Shop at Home. So then Tim and the whole watch program move over to JTV. And this is a true story. Tim can vouch for it. And this is why I will always adore him, because he still likes me after this. So Tim starts working there. And, me, I like to speak my mind, which sometimes gets me in trouble. But I walked up to him. This is one of our first conversations. And I said, "Hi, I'm Avi. I know you're new here and you're going to be doing the watch program. And that's cool and all. And no offense, but I don't really get watch collecting. I think it's kind of dumb. So, I'm glad that's what you do, but I don't really understand this whole collecting, who wears a watch anyway?" So that was kind of my attitude. And, he just kind of chuckled. And so then I started watching the shows, basically just to, prove how dumb watch collecting was. And I was hooked. So, Tim, as you know, is just a font of information when it comes to watches. And I saw my first skeleton watch, that beautiful heartbeat. And I was absolutely enamored. I was blown away. And then I had to tell him, I was like, okay, I was fully prepared to just tell you how dumb it really was. And instead, I want to know who's Rhonda and why is she important? So it kind of started from there. And so we started kind of meeting up, and he was gracious enough to take the time to teach me everything he knew about watches. So I was just, on the side from doing shows, I was taking notes.
Yeah.
And, I still to this day have this big notebook full of notes that, because, there's not really a Watches 101 book, like Watch Collecting for Dummies, and there should be, but there isn't.
You learn a lot from selling them. Because
Absolutely.
You have to learn all the features and everything.
Yeah.
And like I said, you've really, gravitated toward it. You've taken it to another level. You've applied yourself to it, and now you know more than most people for sure.
I don't know about that.
Well, just going over to the factories is huge.
That was amazing.
That separates the men from the boys right there, because I learn a lot when I go there, and
it was incredible.
Yeah.
And honestly, I don't know what I was expecting necessarily, but it was different than I thought it might have been. Did you feel the same way your first trip there?
No matter how much people explain it to you, especially when it comes to the difference between Hong Kong and China.
Oh, I know. Is that not crazy?
You don't understand the difference between Hong Kong and China until you go there.
Yeah.
It's night and day.
Yeah.
And that's a huge thing.
But the people were just so amazing, and the culture was really
cool. Did you go
cool.
up to the peak?
No.
To dinner or anything? Not in Hong Kong?
Mm-mm.
It's an incredible view up there.
We literally spent all of our time there working, so.
Yeah, but you got to have dinner. You got to eat.
Okay, well, we ate, but I couldn't even tell you the
restaurants. Did you stay in Kowloon?
Yes.
Where?
At the harbor.
Okay, I stayed at the Sheraton, but yeah, it's right a few blocks away, I think.
We liked the view of Hong Kong, from the other side.
Yeah. So now let me ask you this, because I'm in a little bit of a similar situation as you. Okay. In this respect, you went from being a host to being a guest.
Yeah.
Now, be honest, Avi. Come on. Do you like it?
It kills me sometimes. Only because, there's, I don't know if you guys know, but there's rules for guests.
Yeah, there is a lot of rules.
And we actually have to sign documentation saying that we agree to said rules and what have you. So I have a hard time because I guess I was a co-host on Jewelry Television for so long, right?
You were a host. I saw you do shows.
I know, but the point is for a long time I was the smile and nod. Yes, you're right. And then I'd show the ring. So I spent a long time doing that, building myself up, in the company.
Okay.
So the point is that I have a hard time not talking to the payments, for instance, or, things like that. Things
price,
the
value pays.
And just think you can get this home for only X amount of dollars. And, the guests aren't allowed to say that. So it is difficult sometimes. Or even having to wait. You can't talk right off the bat because then the host has to say the J number and go through the colors and that kind of thing. So
would you rather be the host or the guest?
Honestly, I like being the guest.
Yeah.
Do you have a preference?
Well, in the beginning, I definitely preferred. I would much rather be the host. I like to run it. You know what I mean? But after a while, after I see what the Shop NBC show hosts have to go through, with meetings and paperwork and reports and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's the part I don't miss.
You know what? We have it much better. For where we are, I'd rather be the guest.
There's a flexibility.
It took me a while to come around to that. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Don't need all that responsibility.
No.
Okay.
Can I borrow that pen? You get to write notes, and I don't have anything to write notes.
Okay, here. There you go.
Thanks,
You can have
Larry.
your own pen.
Thank
Okay.
you. You're so sweet.
They're from
I was expecting it to be an acorn pen.
No,
It isn't.
I know it's green. It's from TD Bank in New York. I always get green pens out of TD Bank. Anyway, I think it's time we should now. We have another caller on the line. Now this caller is going to get a signed picture, so they're going to have to. Let's see, who is it now? I can't see. Jim from Knoxville, Tennessee. That's your hometown. Do you
It
know?
is.
Is it your husband?
My husband's name's not Jim, so.
Okay, all right. Well, I don't know. From Knoxville, Tennessee. Jim, you're on the line with Avi.
Hey, am I on the computer?
You're on. Go ahead,
Hello?
Jim.
I want to get one of those signed photos. I'm interested in that right there.
You don't have any questions for Avi?
Yeah, my question is, how much is it going to cost me to get one of the signed photos there?
No, we're going to send it to you, man. What you got to do, Jim, do this. Go ahead and send in an email with your name and address, your full name and address to contact at Acorn TV, and we'll process it separately outside the inbox, and we'll send you that picture. You want to show them what they're going to
Hey, man,
get?
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you got to have a question for Avi, man. Make one up.
Okay, yeah. In addition to the signed photo, I also want to get Beijinhos, and I would like those signed as well.
Beijinhos.
What is he want signed?
It's a Brazilian candy.
What is it?
A Brazilian candy, Beijinhos.
Beijinhos?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have any?
No, I make them. Well, I mean, if you're in Knoxville, I could probably send you some.
You could probably drop it off on my porch. That'd be A-okay by me.
Okay.
I was in Knoxville just a couple of times. I was there. I did a show at JTV once with Tim, but you weren't. I don't know. You were probably there, but probably not hosting yet at that time.
Uh-huh.
And then I was there also in 1981. We had to land in Knoxville to go to Marysville. It's about 30 miles from Knoxville,
See,
right?
I know that you're an out-of-towner because it's Murrayville if you live down there.
Maryville,
man.
Maryville, yeah. See,
Maryville.
he knows what's no. Only that's how we distinguish the people that have never been there before. Because if you say Maryville, they know you're not round these parts.
Well, it's spelled Maryville.
I know it is, but it's pronounced Murrayville.
Murrayville.
Jim, you can back me on that, right?
Jim, do they still have the Smoky Mountain Classic in Murrayville?
I guess so. I don't
It's
know.
a huge softball tournament. I played in it in 1981. It's like the biggest independent tournament.
I prefer professional wrestling myself.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
big wrestling town.
So are we going to show them a picture? or
Yeah,
not?
well, I'm looking for one. I'm not sure which one. Hang
But
on
they're
a
all
second.
I want to see the picture of you standing next to the train tracks from your Facebook.
I don't think we have that picture here.
That's not on your Facebook no more?
Well, no, it's on my Facebook, but they don't have it here.
Go ahead.
I'm horribly disappointed.
I'm so sorry to
So
hear.
this is the picture we're going to send you. There it is.
There it is.
And you can frame it, whatever. So you're going to sign that
Yes,
before
yes,
you go.
I will sign it. I will sign it
that
and send it
one's
along.
That one's for Jim. So put a note on that.
I will.
Okay.
Good deal. Guys, I think my wife is coming, so I'm going to have to get off the phone.
All right, Jim. Thanks
Thanks,
for
Jim.
participating.
I don't want her to see me watching Avi. I don't want her to see me looking at Avi on there.
All right, that's
You know,
fair.
it was funny last week. Thank you, Jim. Thank you for participating. Last week we had Wing on the show, and I showed.
I adore him. He
I
is
do too.
such a great guy.
I love Wing too, and we showed a picture of him and you. I guess it was at the Invicta event.
Oh yeah. The Watch Geeks get together
Right.
down in
And
Florida.
so I said to him, who took this picture? Did your wife take this picture? And he said, no, if my wife was taking the picture, I wouldn't have taken this picture.
That's so bad.
Just kind of
No, I don't want to get any gentlemen in trouble with wives.
You're
Actually,
not.
there's a watch collector friend of mine
Yeah.
who a while back got a signed picture
Okay.
that I sent him, and he had it framed on his nightstand. And he and I were friends, and so he just had it on there for fun. But then he met this wonderful woman, and she now they're married, and it's really amusing. But the first thing she asked him when she saw his room, she was like, "Who is this woman, and why is she framed on your nightstand?"
Wow.
With love from Avi. What is this? So I don't mean to get anybody in trouble with their significant others.
All right, Avi, we're going to take a little turn here now. Every time I do the show, I have what I call my classic film zone.
Yes.
And, I love the old films.
As
by the
do
way,
I.
I'll get to this question. I'm going to make a note here to myself after we show this.
Okay.
Okay, I have a question for you. I meant to ask you. Okay, we're going to get to that. But I like the old films, and I know you do too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and so I asked you, do you have any favorites?
Yes.
And you gave me one that really doesn't go that far back. It's 1967, And what I love about your choice, it's from How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying, 1967.
I love musicals.
And so
I'm
do I.
such a sucker for musicals.
You know I love them too. And what I love about this one is you said it's pretty cheeky. And, musicals by themselves are, quote, cheeky. And I love that
They
word.
are, yes.
But this one really kind of gets out there. So we're going to go to the Classic Film Zone right now. Okay, listen, we're in the Classic Film Zone. Avi's having a ball. I'm having a ball with Avi. I love the fact that you like the old movies because, with Wing and some of the others I've had here, they don't necessarily...
You and I really, really hit it off. Do you remember when we first met?
Well, we met over the phone, actually. I remember with Yossi Gleiberman on the phone, and you were selling those, what were they? They were not Timex, but that brand, Helios or something.
Yeah, it was Helios.
Yeah,
You're right.
It was Helios, and they had the Ronda 5030s and 5040s in them and everything. And so Yossi put me on the phone with you to try and, give you a little bit of some selling tips and everything.
Yeah, that's true.
And we were on the phone for a good half hour. I mean, you were taking notes.
I was thinking of the first time we met in person. Because we were all hanging out in your hotel room, wasn't it? And it was like at a get-together or something.
That was in, it was here in Minneapolis 2 years ago, or a year and a half ago.
But you and I really hit it off on the whole old movie thing. And, because you were astounded, and you're like, wait, I'm sorry, somebody your age knows about this stuff?
Yeah.
And you kept saying, where do you come from? What is this? Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do. I do remember that. Yeah, you're a cool chick. There's no question about it, But, your whole retro look, I mean, you're really into the retro look, and that gets me to my question, but I'm going to save the question because we got a bunch of stuff coming yet.
All right.
Here's what we're going to, we're going to feature How to Succeed in Business, but typically in the Classic Film Zone, I'll do 2 or 3 clips. We'll make it about a 12-minute segment about one movie. But tonight I'm not going to do that. But I am going to show the clip that I know was your favorite. And by the way, Ronnie, again, you and I didn't have a chance to get together and talk. We have a new graphic for the Classic Film Zone. Let's test it out. It's on a solo shot, though. It's called Film Roll or something like that. There it is. But yeah, there you go.
That's cool.
Yeah, Lee, like I said, we worked at 3 a.m. doing some of this stuff together over the phone.
I like that. Now I'm in a classic movie. Thanks, Larry.
Yeah, so, and it's good for a solo shot too, Ronnie. But anyway, we're talking now about, you can show a poster shot too. We're talking about How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying. This was 1967, starring Robert Morse. That's Robert Morse. There's the book. He finds the book that tells him how to succeed, and it's a musical. And as you say, I love your description. It's pretty cheeky. And here's Michelle Lee. I love Michelle Lee. She's one of my favorites for sure. She's not a great singer. She sang a little bit in this movie, but I think she's gorgeous. And this is that shot from that number.
That scene blows my mind.
Yeah, and that's what we're going to see right now. A secretary is not a toy. But what I love about this movie is these songs are Frank Lesser songs. Mm-hmm. And of course, one of my all-time favorite musicals is Guys and Dolls.
Oh, yeah.
With Frank Sinatra.
Of course.
And Marlon Brando. And of course, that was all Frank Lesser songs too.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, you told me what you love about this is, I'm going to let you tell me, Bob Fosse, right?
I love the choreography. Yeah, and honestly, the movie itself it's very odd. I know it's not everyone's favorite. I actually looked it up and looked up the 100 top musicals of all time. I think this made number 86, but it was on there.
That's great.
So it's not, it's by no means, Singing in the Rain, but for me, I just love the costumes, the colors. It was so iconic to the era. And Bob Fosse's choreography in that song, A Secretary is Not a Toy, blew my mind. And I'm not even kidding, Larry. I watched this at least 2 to 3 times a month, like this one particular scene, because it always cheers me up.
Well, I'm going to let you introduce it. You're going to cue it up. Here we go. You're introducing it, and we can lose the graphic now, Ronnie. But
so this is going to be from How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying. A Secretary is Not a Toy.
Did you wish to see someone, miss?
Oh, how do you do? I'm supposed to see
see Mr. Bratt. I'm a secretary.
Oh, I spotted that the minute she came in.
Oh, Miss LaRue.
Yes?
I'm Bert Bratt. I'm Bert Bratt, personnel. Sorry to have kept you waiting.
Oh, not at all, sir. It is I whom am late.
Oh, no, not really.
Oh, yes, I was very naughty this morning. I'm still not accustomed to early arisal.
Oh, I understand. Well, why don't we move up to my office, Miss LaRue, right here.
Excuse me.
I hope you didn't have any trouble finding the building.
Oh, no, the taxi dropped me right off downstairs.
Miss LaRue, this is my secretary, Miss
Smith. How are you, dear?
Oh, fine, dear. Mr. Bratt, I have to go down to accounting and get some... Mr. Bratt!
Yes, Smitty.
I have to go down to accounting and get some withholding blanks.
Yes, you do that, Smitty. Just through here, Miss LaRue. And we'll get all of your vital statistics.
39, 22, 38.
Oh, I win the pool. Oh,
Yeah, you always do.
look, Bert, I really need a new...
Gentlemen, Miss LaRue will be assigned according to normal office procedures as soon as her qualifications have been determined.
I'll determine them.
Come in.
I
Gentlemen, a secretary is not a toy. No, my boy, not a toy. To fondle and dandle and playfully handle in search of some puerile joy. No, a secretary is not, definitely not, a toy.
You're absolutely right, Mr. Bratt.
We wouldn't have it any other way, Mr. Bratt.
It's the company rule, Mr. Bratt.
A secretary is not a toy. No, my boy, not a toy. So do not go jumping for joy.
Boy, a secretary is not. A secretary is not. A secretary is not.
A toy. A secretary is not to be used for play therapy. Be good to the girl you employ. Boy, remember, no matter what, neurotic trouble you've got, a secretary is not a toy. A secretary is not a toy.
And when you put her to use, observe when you put her to use,
that you don't find the name Lionel on her caboose.
A secretary is not a thing wound by keys, pulled by string. Her pants is to write in and not spend the night in. If that's what you plan to enjoy, no! The secretary is definitely not employed to do a gavotte, or you know what.
before you jump for joy. Remember this, my boy.
A secretary is not a tinker toy.
Well, there it was, Avi. That was your choice.
I love that part of that movie. I love the movie anyway, but it's so politically incorrect by today's standards. But that choreography, the colors, the sounds with the typewriters, it makes me
politically incorrect because the women are just...
Well, I mean, it's really sexist by today's standards, but it's appropriate for the time and place.
Yeah, and a lot of the old movies are that way.
I love it. I think it's fantastic.
Good old days. Anyway, nice choice, Avi. But, I thought what we do is rather than do like 2 or 3 clips from that movie, it's the end of the year, and I've featured a number of movies. You told me one of your favorite movies, musicals, was Singing in the Rain.
Oh, yeah.
We just featured that about 3 or 4 weeks ago, so I didn't want to do the movie again. But what I've done is I put together a list, and I just handed you the list of about, 12 or 15, I didn't count them up, 12 or 15 different clips that we have, in the system already that we've done over the last few weeks, last 5 or 6 weeks. And I'm going to let you pick it. Now, we're not going to go right to another clip now, but we're going to come back, and I'm going to let you pick. These are some of my favorites. I mean, we had many more than that already in the queue because I was showing 5 and 6 clips per movie.
Good heavens.
But I picked out some of my favorites.
Okay, all right.
And the list is organized by movie.
I see that.
So I'm going to let you pick them, and I know you'll recognize some of the ones on there. Before we do, I think it's time that we make another, announcement on the free watch. So let's do that. That's going to be coming up soon. You're going to send an email to contact@acorn.tv, and you're going to have a chance to win the Exoskeleton Lightning World War II watch P38. And this is the gray execution, which was not available. It's a collector's item because it was not available. It's the only one in gray, and the boxing is fantastic. The packaging is amazing, Abby.
Thank you so much.
The certificates, everything about it. So to win it, what you have to do is in the subject line, you're going to have to put the secret word, and the secret word is savvy. There it is, SAVVY. That must be in the subject line. In the body of your email, you're going to want to put your name, city, and state. First and last name, city, and state. And here's another thing, too, I want to point out. Only one entry per viewer. Now, last week, some guy sent in like 12, okay?
Ooh, that's not good.
SB is his initials, and I don't know SB. Maybe he's okay, but anyway, I guess he could have slipped 12 times. Anyway, we deleted all of them. We won't even leave one in there. If you send in more than one, they're all going to get deleted. So make sure you only send one per viewer. That's it. And you will have a chance to win this great gift item. Okay? So that's what we're doing on the free watch. We're going to get to that a little bit later. And do we have a caller on the line? I think we do. Is it Rick? All right, let's see. Rick, you're on the line. Is it Fitty?
Yes, it is.
Hey.
Well, there you go.
Thank you for forgiving me, by the way. I was forgiven for not having posted, so I appreciate it.
Okay, no problem.
So, Rick, what makes you call in tonight? Just a free picture, or you got something for Avi?
No, I purchased the black tie the other night.
Oh, nice.
I had a question on the strap.
Okay.
Go ahead, Rick.
Your opinion of it. Is it good quality? Let's see.
Rick likes to change his straps out, Abby.
You're going to want to change the straps out, Rick. The reason I say that is because it's not bad quality. It is nice leather. However, it is a stamped leather strap. So if you are a gentleman that really enjoys the fine exotic straps, then you're probably going to want to get an authentic, crocodile or alligator or ostrich. I don't know what your preference is, but yeah, you might want to change out the strap.
Yeah, I got the blue dial, and I was thinking a nice tan would go with it, and I do like the crocodile and gator. So
yeah. So if you're into the exotics, then that would be the way to go. Like I said, it is a stamped leather, and it's nice quality leather. So I don't mean to demean the product, but you're asking me frankly, so I'm responding frankly.
Well, good. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Hey, Rick, listen, send an email to contact@Acorn TV. Put free picture in the subject line. And put your address, and Avi is going to send you the picture, okay?
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Hey, Rick, one more thing. Did that package ever show up?
It did not, Larry.
Oh,
so
man. All right, we'll deal with it tomorrow.
Gone with the Wind, buddy.
Oh, sorry. All right, we'll deal with that tomorrow.
Well, you know what I did is I ended up buying a Tuskegee anyways. I took the strap off that, and I put another strap like that on that.
Yeah, Rick does some amazing creations with straps. I mean,
That's so cool.
That look, even better than the originals.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
Not everybody does that, but Rick's combinations are sensational.
That's cool. I will have to check them out. I assume that Rick would have pictures posted on Facebook, yes?
Oh, yeah.
He posts a lot of them in Watch Geeks, too, though.
Cool. Very cool. Yeah, I need to get more involved. I noticed that I don't have nearly as many posts as I should. And like I said, I feel like a technological idiot at times because it takes me so long to do things. And so I apologize for not being more interactive.
Well, you're a busy lady. That's okay. I understand.
So, Rick, who's the Patriots playing this week?
They have Miami at home. So if we win the next 2 weeks, we should get the number 1 seed.
I'll tell you, I'm throwing my hands up in the air with the Jets. I knew that was going to happen last week. I was fearful that the Eagles just might blow the doors off the Jets, and they sure did.
Yeah, they did. And I'll tell you one thing, it couldn't have been a better weekend for the Patriots with Baltimore and Pittsburgh both losing badly either.
Yeah, it's just, you can see now at this time of the year, it's like Brady, there's like a certain look in his eye right now. He's focused like crazy. I mean, it's against Denver. I actually thought Denver had a chance to beat them the way they've been going, but Brady's just he's just too focused right now.
Hey, I want to talk to you about the movie Holiday Inn.
Oh, absolutely, with Bing Crosby.
Yes, I first saw it last year, and I loved it, and I can't wait till it comes on again this year. I haven't seen it yet, but it's a great movie. I really like it. I was hoping we could have done a clip before Christmas, but I guess it's too late for that, huh?
Well, before Christmas. I was thinking like I could run in the other room, and I've actually got that, but to try and take the clip and all that while we're doing it on the air, I don't think I could do it. But man, I love buying these things. I go out and buy them, and they're anywhere from $10 to $20. I know guys collect watches for $200-300.
You have such a collection.
Tell them about my collection.
Holy moly! I mean, honestly, it's like you walk into a vault of classic films, and it's unbelievable. The first time I saw it, I was like, "Oh, I love this one. Oh, and this one. Oh, I love this one too. This is amazing." Yeah. And it's just this towering shelf of awesomeness. I mean, you have great taste in movies, Larry.
But did you notice how I have the lights and
of course,
I got all the little things on the side?
This man is so keen on details. But yeah, the entire thing, I mean, it really looks like you walked into a classic film museum because it is. It's all displayed with artifacts, and I mean, it's beautifully done.
Look, the way I look at it is, it's actually pretty cheap to collect DVDs. They're, like I say, $10 to $20.
Especially classic films. Have you noticed
that?
Yeah,
because nobody wants them.
I want them.
They sell them cheap. But I mean, guys collect watches, and they're spending $200-300 a pop on these watches, and they have hundreds of watches. I mean, $200-300. That's like 10-20 DVDs.
So you should buy the DVD, I think, is the moral of the story.
No, and that one probably you could get for $10 or less. But anyway, that's a great movie, Rick, and I'm glad you dig that one. And matter of fact, no, I was just thinking on the list I gave you, I thought I had something from White Christmas, but I really don't have it in the system right now. I thought I put that on the list. But I've got a special Christmas one coming up at the end, so we're going to show that tonight. But Rick, thanks so much. You know how I feel about you, Rick. I really appreciate your support. You've been really helpful, and you didn't have to. You don't have to. You just do it to help me, and I really appreciate it, Rick.
No problem. Anytime, buddy.
Thanks, Rick. Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
All right. So we made the last call there, or not the last call, but we made the call for the free watch. We're going to be getting them to that. Don't forget to send that email for the free picture, Rick, and we'll get that to you. You sign them, and I'll make sure they get out.
Yes, I'll leave them with you tonight.
Yeah, I'll do all the dirty work,
I appreciate it.
I appreciate you coming in here and bringing your audience with you. Okay, so like I said, I left off with you about, how do you like going from guest, from host to guest? Okay, so now you're, working full-time for a watch company, okay?
I'm not wearing a watch, by the way, okay? And I just now realized this, and I'm sorry. I'll just show you my empty wrist, and I apologize profusely, and please don't be upset. So I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Because, they'll ask, and you guys get upset when I don't have a watch on. And it's, you know how it is, like when you come in for a show and everything, and so you're having to, put on the watches for display and everything else, and then sometimes it's the last thing.
Oh, absolutely. When I come to work, I get to work. I may wear a watch, but I immediately take it off and set it off my desk.
Yeah, exactly.
I gotta have my wrists free. I'm wearing my Apocalypse XT tonight.
Oh, you're awesome. Thank you.
So, anyway.
Craig, you're awesome. Yeah. No, it's all good.
So,
I'm gonna size this. Craig Hester hooked me up with a watch. So good man.
Yeah, he's out in the green room tonight.
That's great.
But and we're gonna do a show with Craig. We're gonna.
It actually matches my dress. Can I show this? This is too cute. Oh.
Okay.
My mother says no because it's not an XO. I'm sorry, Mama. I'm gonna do it anyway. It's really cute with this outfit. Do you see this?
Yeah, it's nice. I mean, that's a big watch too.
I know.
What I wanted to ask you though, Avi, is this.
I'm off the clock.
You not just these photos that we've seen lately with the all the airplane photos and all that, where you do the 1940s look and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But I saw you do that 40s look even when you were on JTV.
Yes.
I remember you did a show with my main guy Yossi. Okay.
Oh, I love that guy. He's so awesome.
I talk to Yossi, every week and everything, and we work in the same group of companies, and I remember I watched the show, and I was like astounded when I saw you, because I thought, gosh, she's a young girl, and you dressed like from something like out of the Andrews Sisters, like the 1940s or something like that. And I just go, wow, I couldn't believe this. And so my question is this: is there any connection to your whole retro being and now Exo Retro? In other words, did the powers that be at Exoskeleton say, wait a minute now, we've got this girl that works for us that's kind of this retro being, like a head coach in football, a good head coach, coaches to the talent that he has. He doesn't try to force the talent in like a square peg into a round hole. Was there any influence, like by you being there, that they said, hey, we've got a girl that fronts for us, or that, represents us, and she's our person and everything. Let's build a line that she would fit right into, because you fit right into Exo Retro.
And I appreciate you saying so. I don't know for certain. That might have been.
I'll bet you.
I don't know.
I will be almost willing to bet, because, the powers that
I'm kind of on a need-to-know basis at times. So
no, I'm the same way. Believe me, there's a lot of stuff I'd like to know that I don't get to know. I understand. I'm in the same boat. I don't own the company, and you don't own your company. I get it. But I would almost be willing to bet, because the powers that be at the top of XO are really intelligent, genius-type people. And I mean that sincerely. And it wouldn't surprise me if they said, wait a minute, Avi is this retro girl. Let's go retro and give her something that fits her. I wouldn't be surprised.
I'll ask. I'll try and find out for you. How's that?
But I can't believe how well you fit that.
Well, I appreciate it. I always have loved the era. Even, in high school, I was made fun of because I was wearing, polyester vintage clothing, and, would put on my fake eyelashes and flip my hair. And I've always just been enamored with the music and the era and the women. Daniel said the other night that it was just the men were men and women were women, and it was just as simplified as that sounds, it's just like we've kind of gotten into this androgynous society. Have you noticed, like, sometimes you see ads for things and you're like, I'm sorry, is that a man or a woman? I'm not really sure.
I was walking through Barnes & Noble the other day with, was it Mike? No, it was Tim. I was walking through Barnes & Noble with Tim, and actually to pick up this DVD, this How to Succeed in Business, because I didn't have it. You picked one that wasn't in my collection.
I'm so glad. So
so you forced me to go buy it. I mean, I could have just taken the clip from YouTube or something, but I have to own it, So we're walking through the bookstore, and Tim starts cracking up, and I go, what's so funny? And there was a book we walked by, and it says, the name of it was, In 50 Years We'll All Be Chicks. That's the name of the book.
That is actually, it's one of those, it's funny because it's true kind of thing.
That's the name of the book. In 50 Years We'll All Be Chicks. I didn't pick it up or buy it, but it's kind of with what you're saying. I mean, guys aren't guys anymore. It's like...
well, it's true. And I mean, I guess I'm kind of... old school when it comes to those things. I believe that women and men are not equal. It doesn't mean that one is necessarily better than the other. It just means that we're different. And, the best way I had it described to me was that men are like hammers and women are like apples. And you're like, okay, what's that about? But think of it for a second. If you're out in the woods and you're starving, Hammer's not going to do you any bit of good. You need an apple. But if you need to hang something on the wall, an apple's no good to you. It's not going to help you out. You need a hammer. So it's not that one is necessarily better than the other. It's just that they're different and they each serve their own purpose. And, you know, I know that that's, again, not very politically correct. It's not the way today's society operates. But I think that, you know, women and men are just different. And that's okay, too, that we don't have to be equal. We don't have to be the same. And if we were intended to be the same, then the good Lord would have made us that way.
Well said, Avi. Going back to the retro thing, when did you first hear of or get word of or find out that EXO was doing this EXO retro line?
Oh gosh,
of 40s and 50s and 60s. And
I'd probably say about maybe a year plus ago, maybe even longer, Larry. Because what happens is when Exoskeleton comes up with a concept, you know, we conceptualize and then kind of meet up on it, but then eventually it goes to the art department and they come up with renderings. And so I'll get pictures of renderings for lines, but honestly, this collection took forever to manufacture, is what it feels like. So I found out about it a long time ago as a concept. You know, this has been in the works as an idea for a long time. It's definitely not an afterthought product. You know?
Oh, no question about it. I can tell by the packaging, the manufacturing process. Everything you showed, the pictures. I have another question. I was watching the show and on Shop NBC. I saw all the pictures on the wall. I heard the music. Now, I'm just wondering, was that stuff that was done by you guys?
Yes.
I thought so.
Yeah, that Mr. X, the brain of Exoskeleton, if you will, is very, very keen on details and overly so. And so, you know, that concept was put together, and then MJ, who you know, was kind of there and making sure that those things were implemented correctly. So it worked out well.
It was brilliant. It was brilliant. So when you first, I see we have a caller on the line. Before we get to the caller, though, when you first heard about it, were you excited about it from the standpoint of, gee, I like retro things. I like the old stuff. You know, is this, I can't wait for this. Or were you even making that connection?
Oh my gosh, absolutely. And again, it, you know, like you said, it's something that hits home with me because that's how I roll anyway. So I was really excited about it. But again, it's one of those things where everything with Exoskeleton, as you guys know, it takes a while. You know, we are a smaller company and we are extremely thorough. So for me, it was like, well, I know that's going to happen eventually. I'm just not really sure as to when, you know, so.
Yeah. All right. We've got Craig from Hartford, Connecticut. So on the line, Craig, you're on the show with Avi and myself. Welcome to the show.
Hey, Larry. It's Craig Hester in the green room, but I had to call in.
Okay. Now we got a guy with a cell phone.
First
you
of
know.
all, I want to say that this is a really cool show, Larry. I'm really impressed. I appreciate you inviting me over and being able to hang out in the green room. And I also want to quickly apologize because I called Avi, which shows you that even people who know her well will mispronounce her name.
I called her Avi for a year and a half. I mean,
that's so funny. I told you that's where the Savvy Avi came from.
Well, yeah. Well, Tim's always saying that to me, Savvy Avi. Remember Savvy Avi. But anyway, great show, Larry. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I appreciate you inviting me over. Avi, I hear from little birds on the wind that you have a wonderful singing voice, and that you might want to, I don't know, favor us with a tune.
That's my mother, isn't it?
Well,
I'm not saying. I never reveal my sources.
Well, I would love it because, you know, that would be a scoop for Acorn TV that we get Savvy Avi to actually sing a couple of bars for us.
I don't think so.
But, Craig, listen, after the show tonight, you know, I want to sit down with you and let's try and figure out a date when you're going to be in here so that we can do a show with you.
I'd love to. I do want to say, I love the new retro line. I told Tim this the other day. When I saw it, I was putzing around on Shop NBC. Of course, I'm on there all the time because of our watches. And I saw those, and I'm like, wow. And you know what I really like? And if people haven't really paid attention fully to what the whole impact of this line is, in fact, if you will allow me a little self-aggrandizement in comparison, I like what you guys are doing because I think it's very similar to what we do with the Russians in that every watch has a story. and every watch has a history that you're putting behind this. I love the whole DNA concept. I mean, I'm really impressed. It's a really nice line, and I mean, it's watches that I would wear, and I don't say that about every watch because our Russians are pretty interesting and cool watches. So it takes a lot for me to go, wow, that's a watch I want on my wrist.
I appreciate that, Craig. And
really done something
I have
here.
a question for you. Is this a watch that you would wear?
Oh, the one you got on?
Yeah.
That's my Denise Barracuda, of course.
You're not getting it back.
I
Craig.
know. It matches my dress quite beautifully, so I might have
I'm not
to
getting that one back.
take it with me.
Craig,
Maybe
thanks.
we'll trade.
Thanks for calling in, Craig.
All right.
All right,
Thanks,
man.
Larry. Great show.
All right, I guess he gets a free picture now.
We promised.
Yeah,
So
it'd be at least easier to ship. All right. Well, he got it. He fought his way through. We can only get one call through at a time.
Oh, that's crazy.
So, like when people call in, if the line's taken, they just got to keep trying back.
Okay.
We don't have like a telos system.
Yeah,
where we can
yeah,
put
yeah.
them in the queue and everything like that. So, all right. That was nice. Now, I told you, I gave you a list. I told you for the Classic Film Zone, I gave you a list of, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14. So we're not going to play all 14, of course.
Right.
But you could pick at least 2, and then we'll play 2. And if you're liking it, maybe you can go a third. But let's see. You get to choose one off the list. This is going to be, let's give Savvy Avi a solo shot with the Classic Film Zone graphic, Ronnie. Okay? And so, Avi, you get to pitch this one, and if you know anything about it, you can even say something about it. If you don't, I'll help you out.
Oh, okay.
I'll try. I'm not an expert. I'm just a fan.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
This is one that I frequently sing in the shower. Little known fact. And it is Good Morning from Singin' in the Rain, 1952, of course, with Debbie Reynolds, Gene Kelly, and Donald O'Connor. And if you don't know anything about the film, the premise is that they are trying to save a dying film. This is the golden age of Hollywood when silent films suddenly became talkies, and their lead star has a nauseatingly atrocious voice. So they're trying to think of how they're going to save this tragic film with this beautiful woman that when she speaks, it's like nails on a chalkboard. And Good Morning is the scene that follows after they've been up all night trying to come up with a plan.
Wow, you know this movie.
Oh, yes, sir.
All right. Good job.
So here you are, without further ado. Good Morning from Singin' in the Rain.
You know, it may be crazy, but we're gonna do it. The Dueling Cavalier is now a musical. Hot dog! Hallelujah! Whoopee! Fellas, I feel this is my lucky day, March 23rd.
Oh, no, your lucky day is the 24th.
What do you mean the 24th?
It's 1:30 already. It's morning.
Yes, and what a lovely morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
We've talked the whole night through.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. Good morning. Good morning. It's great to stay up late. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
When the band began to play, the stars were shining bright.
Now the milkman's on his way. It's too late to say good night. So
Good morning. Good morning. Sunbeams will soon smile through. Good morning.
Good morning to you and you and you and you. Good morning. Good morning. We've gabbed the whole night through. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Nothing could be grander than to be in Louisiana in the morning.
In the morning, it's great to stay up late. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Might be just as zippy if we was in Mississippi.
When we left the movie show, the future wasn't bright. But came the dawn, the show goes on, and I don't want to say goodnight.
Don't say good morning!
Good morning!
Rainbows are shining through.
Good morning!
Good morning!
Bonjour!
Monsieur!
Buenos dias!
Gutes Frias!
Buongiorno!
Buongiorno!
Good morning!
Gutes Morgen!
Good morning to you!
Nice choice, Avi.
Love that song.
That was a great choice because I'll tell you what, we did feature this movie about 4 or 5 weeks ago, and I showed, I think, 4 clips, but we didn't have time. So that clip, I actually skipped over that clip. It was in the system, but I skipped over it. We showed Moses Supposes. And,
which is a great, I almost picked that one, but I'm glad I spoke.
Because you like dancing, right?
I do.
Well, let me ask you this. Okay, your whole thing about getting into these old films, was it because of singing or dancing or just...
Or both.
I mean, I kind of got into it because my sister was a dancer.
Oh, really?
At a young age, and she was, I wasn't alive when they made this movie, but my sister would watch all these old movies because she was into dancing.
See, I'm actually...
It kind of rubbed off on me.
Tragically uncoordinated. I really am. And I made a very sad attempt, which my mother could vouch for, at dancing when I was a young girl, but it was not so good. Maybe that's why I have such admiration for it. If I practiced a dance, I could get it down. But man, these people are so talented. And back then, Larry, as well, you had to know how to sing and dance and act. I mean, you had to be all around a true star.
It's true. It's very true.
And now people are just famous for being famous.
No, that's a good point. Absolutely. With all the internet stuff, the blogs and the Twitters and all that kind of stuff. I see we have a caller on the line. It's Anthony from South River, New Jersey. He wants to talk about a watch that he just bought. I guess it's an XO. So, Anthony,
hi.
You're on the line.
Hi, Larry. How you doing?
Good.
Abby, how are you?
Hi, Anthony. Doing well, thank you.
Okay, great. I just wanna thank you on your watches. I picked up the P51 in the rose tone and the black, and it's absolutely awesome. I can't wait to get it.
Good.
It's a beautiful watch. I've been collecting watches about 2 years now. I started on Shop NBC with my first watch, actually. I just saw a watch that I liked, and I got it because I needed a watch. And from there, I just started picking up watches. I got 13 now. It's the first XO I got, but I've been looking at your Superlative Star. And I'm hoping maybe you end up selling those again, hopefully on Shop NBC. I've been looking at your website.
Well,
it's an awesome watch.
I can tell you that that particular watch, the Superlative, will come back. And it's going to be better than before. I'm afraid that's all I can tell you. But I just saw the latest model when we were over in Hong Kong. And you're going to be in for a treat for sure.
Wow. Great question.
I can't wait. It's a watch I've been looking at, so it absolutely looks awesome. I'm looking at the black one with the orange stones. I have an orange Corvette, and I just thought it would pretty match the car.
Yeah, that would be a really good match.
Yeah, I try to match my watch with my cars.
I do the same thing, but it's usually my fingernail polish. I match my fingernails to my car.
Well, that's great. Larry, same thing with you. I got a couple of Sterlings. I got 2 now. You guys make great watches. I just want to congratulate both of you. Thank you very much.
Well, Anthony, thank you for participating in the show. Happy holidays. And don't forget, if you send an email to us, send it to contact@Acorn TV. Put free picture in the subject line, and you're going to get a picture from Avi signed, and we'll make sure you get that, okay? Put your name and address in the where to send it to, okay?
Okay, I'm sorry, Larry. What was in the subject line?
put free picture in the subject line.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank
Happy
you,
holidays
Anthony.
to both of you.
Fantastic. Thanks for participating. Happy holidays.
Thank you. Same to you. Bye-bye.
Great. All right. Well, a great choice, Avi, on the
Thank you.
Classic Film Zone. It's really fun for me that I have a guest here that's really into it. So let me ask you, do you have Skype video at home? You said
I do.
You said you're technologically challenged, though.
I am, but I have recently joined the world of Skype. So,
really?
Yeah.
With
Well, it was because I went to Hong Kong, and I told you I love my mother, and I hated being away from her. So I made sure to know how to Skype so that she and I could chat.
Oh, that's cool.
So it was really cool. I got
So
to
you're
show
doing
her.
video Skype too?
Yeah. You're
The wheels are turning.
you're having some plans for me in the future.
Yeah, the wheels are turning as long as you're up for it.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I always have a great time with you, Larry. You know that.
Thank you.
We have fun.
Thank you very much. I have a great time with you,
Because he
Abby.
spikes my coffee, you know.
Can we get some more of that in here? Get some more coffee. All right. So the next thing I want to ask you about is, okay, with XO, you live in Knoxville.
Yes.
The company is headquartered in Maryland.
Not really, but okay.
Okay, where's the company headquartered then? Last I knew, it was Maryland.
Well, headquarter is kind of a vague word. I consider us a hub company here, and Larry, and I'm going to stick to that we're just, little hubs, because we're also out of New York. And then, we've also got the team over in Hong Kong. So,
Well, we have an office in Hong Kong, and we have a factory in Hong Kong.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But our headquarters is in New York. The owner of the company sits in New York. That's, to me, where the headquarters. Of course, we have a big facility there, too. You haven't seen our facility. The next time you come to New York, you have to let me know. And even if I'm there or not there, I will arrange for you to go there, and we'll set you up.
okay, well, then
You
I'll
need to see
say that 50% is in New York, and then 50% would be in Maryland. But there's not an official headquarters, so to speak. I mean, we're working on that. We're working on a showroom in an official place in New York. So.
Where, in Queens?
No, maybe Long Island City.
Okay.
But I'm not sure.
Yeah, I know Long Island City very well. All right, so the next time you come to New York, if I can't be there, then I have a friend with the initials YG that will, walk you through.
That would be wonderful. I would actually really love that.
Yeah, Yossi would do it for me.
I'm going to be in New York right after the holidays.
Okay.
So you might have to set that up soon.
I will, because
Okay.
I want you to see our facility. We have a 55,000 square foot facility.
I would love
Not
to see
like
it.
as great as Invictus facility. Their facility is phenomenal. But I'm very proud of our facility. It's
Wonderful.
It's pretty awesome. The whole shipping and the vault and the offices, the conference room. We got a really nice facility in New York. So you will be impressed.
Very cool. I will definitely check it out.
Okay. Fantastic. And, we should let's make this the final call now. This is the last call before we actually pick the winner. Okay. So this is the last call now for the free watch. You send an email to contact@acorn.tv. In the subject line, you're going to put Savvy, SAVVY. It's got to be in the subject line. If it's not there, it's going to get deleted out of the box. Okay. And of course, Savvy is in honor of Savvy Avi, who's our guest tonight. And in the body of the email, you must put your full name, first and last name, and city and state. So your name, city, and state in the body of the email. Okay, this is going to be the final call, and then we're going to close off the inbox, and we're getting close to doing the drawing. I'd like to try and be off the air in the next 15 minutes if we could, Avi. So let's put it this way. We're going to give you one more chance. You did a fabulous job on introducing that clip. I gave you a list of what we have tonight ready for you.
I do. I have to comment, though. So I'm reading some of these chats.
Okay, go ahead. The answer. What do you got? Go ahead.
And the headquarters of Exoskeleton is not in China. I'm a woman of my word, and I can tell you that it is not in China.
It's an American company.
No, it is an American company. And the reason I say that there's no official headquarters is because we are tiny. So when I say hub, that we're a hub company, I'm not trying to be nebulous with you guys, but I am trying to be quite honest when I say that there is no big building that says Exoskeleton. We're really, okay, think about... an atom, for example. You've got a nucleus and you've got the protons and electrons, and it's all individual things that make up one greater whole. That would be Exoskeleton as a company. So I'm sorry that we don't have a facility you guys can visit necessarily, but we're working on it. So there you have it.
Well, we have a facility, but we don't give out tours and stuff like that. The owner of Sterling is, we don't put any markings on our building and stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, robbers and crooks come rob us.
I know exactly.
Anyway, so he doesn't. We just don't like to have it interrupts business. I mean, we're not
exactly.
It's a very hectic place. Anyway, pick one off the list, Avi.
Okay.
In your honor, I don't do this with guests, but with you, I do it because I know you know a lot of these, and if you don't know it, you can ask me about it.
Oh no, Oh man, this is hard.
I'm going to leave it all. Everyone on that list are favorites of mine. They're all favorites of mine. There's a lot more. I mean, but
I don't know, Larry. See, I'm between Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend, which of course is classic. It's iconic. But I really
Marilyn Monroe.
Really love.
Did you
Funny
notice
Face.
I have Marilyn Monroe on my wall?
I did see Marilyn. Now I've not ever seen that picture of her. That's actually quite beautiful.
Yeah, I've got Marilyn. I've got Audrey. I've got Judy, of course. I got the Rat Pack.
But see, the other one is Think Pink, Funny Face.
That's Kay Thompson, a little bit obscure, but
yes.
Of course Audrey Hepburn was in that movie, and I thought about putting an Audrey number on. But see, if I was going to do an Audrey number on there, I would probably like to do The Rain in Spain, even though it's not her voice.
That's true. It is not her voice,
right?
Which I'm disappointed because she actually has a nice voice.
No, she does. In Funny Face, she actually does her own singing in that movie, and there's a nice. Movie with her number with her called Funny Face in the dark room with Fred Astaire.
Yeah.
But the reason I didn't put that on the list is because if you remember the scene in the dark room, it's kind of dark, and so you don't see.
Well, it's a dark room. Larry.
I know, but so I didn't want to put it on the list. There's enough to put on the list, but that's
what would be your pick? What's one you haven't featured in a while?
Well, we've put them all on here. I mean, you see, I have quite a lot of Frank Sinatra numbers on here.
Oh yeah, you love him.
From Can Let's Do It with Shirley MacLaine, from Guys and Dolls, I've got I'll Know with Marlon Brando and Gene Simmons. I love that one. But I've also got Sue Me with Sinatra and Vivian Blaine.
You know what? For Larry, we're going to do that one.
Which one?
We're going to do Sue Me from Guys and Dolls.
All right. Frank Sinatra and Vivian Blaine. Now, do you know this movie?
Yes. But I have to tell you, it's been a while since I've seen it, so I probably don't know it as well as you.
Well, it's 1955, and it's Frank Lesser, which is his songs. And of course, that was the one who wrote the songs for, How to Succeed in Business.
Yes.
And it's funny, there's interviews out there with Robert Morse, who starred in How to Succeed in Business. And he talks about Frank Lesser. He wrote songs for Broadway. And he teaches his stars or his actors to project and sing out loud, like they do on the stage. Mm-hmm. But Sinatra liked to croon. He didn't want to project. He's Frank Sinatra, okay? Yeah. So the two of them fought like crazy, Frank Lesser and Frank Sinatra. They called them the Dueling Franks. And more than once, Frank Lesser, walked off the set, and they had to go and, get him back and bring him back and, convince him to hang in there. And in the end of the day, Sinatra won his way, and he got to sing the songs his way. And I say, thank God he did it. I love Frank Lesser. In fact, as a result of you requesting How to Succeed in Business, I came across a documentary on Frank Lesser online, and I checked with Barnes & Noble, they didn't have it, so I actually ordered it. It's not here. But see what you started? But anyway, this is Sue Me, and you'll see how Sinatra sings a Frank Lesser song, but he sings it his way. You know the number?
Huh?
Do you know this number?
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Adelaide, baby, don't do that to me. I can't stand it when you cry. Look, we'll get married, I promise you. And we'll have what you always wanted. A little white house with a green fence. Just like the Whitney colors.
Oh, Nathan, if I could only believe you. We could still make everything all right. We could elope right now.
Adelaide, could we?
Oh.
I almost forgot. But right at this time, I cannot.
Why not?
I'm going to tell you the truth, but you will not believe me.
Nathan, why can't we elope?
I have to go to a prayer meeting.
That is the biggest and most unforgivable lie you have ever told me.
It's true, I promise you.
You promise me this, you promise me that, you promise me everything under the sun, but you give me a kiss and you're grabbing your hat and you're off to the races again when I think of the time gone by.
Adelaide.
And I think of the way I try.
Adelaide.
I could honestly die.
Call a lawyer and sue me, sue me. What can you do me? I love you. Give a holler and hate me, hate me. Go ahead, hate me. I love
Best years
you.
of my life I was a fool to give to you.
All right already, I'm just a no good Nick. All right already, it's true. So new, so sue me, sue me. What can you do me? I love
But you
you.
gamble it here, you gamble it there, you gamble on everything all except me, and I'm sick of you keeping me up in the air till you're back in the money again when I think of the time gone by.
Adelaide,
and I think of the
Adelaide.
way I tried.
Adelaide.
I could honestly die.
Serve a paper and sue me, sue me. What can you do me? I love you. Give a holler and hate me, hate me. Go ahead, hate me.
When
I
you
love
wind
you.
up in jail, don't come to me to bail you out.
All right already, so call a policeman. All right already, it's true. So new, so sue me, sue me. What can you do me? I love you.
You're at it again, you're running the game. I'm not gonna play second fiddle to that. I'm sick and I'm tired of stalling around. I'm telling you now that we're through when I think of the time gone by.
Adelaide,
And I think of the way I tried.
Adelaide.
I could honestly die.
Sue me, sue me. Shoot bullets through me. I love you.
You know, you have to see the movie in total to really understand when she sneezes. It's kind of this thing about, you know, it's a psychosomatic thing. A girl can catch a cold it's a long story. You have to see the movie. It's fabulous. Anyway, nice choice there. Thank you for that.
Thank you, Larry.
Now we are going to do the drawing now. So let's go ahead and Ginger, can you hear me in there? Okay, great. We're going to close off the email box now. And I'm being told that there are 39. Now, we have a caller on the line, Joe from West Mifflin, Pennsylvania. Are you there, Joe?
Yes, Larry, I'm here. How are you?
Okay, thank you for calling in. Welcome to the show. And we're going to get to your question in just a moment here. But first, Joe, I understand we have 39 in the box. I guess we had to delete quite a few tonight because I see right now we've got about 60 viewers watching us right now. And there's only 39 on the email box. So I guess some guys didn't send in, or else did we delete quite a few out there? A handful got deleted. All right. Well, you know, if you want to play in this drawing, this is your last chance before we shut it down. You're going to send an email. If you haven't done it, you want a chance for the free watch. Let's have the graphic real quickly here. You have to send an email to contact@acorn.tv, and you have to put savvy in the subject line and put your name, city, and state in the body of the email. And let's see if any more come in, and we're going to close it right now. Yeah, only one per caller. If you send in another one, it's going to get deleted, and that's why we only have, I guess, 39. With we've probably had over close to 100 people come in and out tonight because it's been consistently moving up and down the counter. So, and we're at about 60 right now, 59 I see on there right now. So with only 39 in the email box, I think people got deleted for duplicates. Yeah. All right, let's shut it down. Is the final number 39? Okay. Joe, give me a number. Yes. Give me a number between 1 and 39.
How about 27?
27. All right, let's bring it up. Camera 3, guys. All right, you're starting at the top. Use your down arrow key, Ginger. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, follow me, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Open it up, Ginger. Give me about a 200% shot, would you? Looks like they put a phone number in there. Lower right-hand corner, Ginger. 200%. You can't expand it? You want to help her, Ronnie?
I feel you, Ginger. I'm the same way.
It's okay.
See, that's why I love my iPad. There's only one button, Larry. Just one button.
Now, wait a minute here. We said first name, last name, city, and state. So let's see what he looks like. He added a phone number. We're not going to disqualify anybody for adding a phone number, especially since we were doing that before. Okay, Ronnie now really screwed it up here.
Oh, no.
All right. There's in the lower right corner, there should be a 2% of viewer. All right. Well, Ronnie, why don't you just tell us what it says?
See, this is proof that it's live.
Who is it? Joe?
Joel?
Joe Wanashek.
Wanashek?
Joe Wanashek.
John?
John Wanashek. Okay, hold on here. Go to Avi. You can keep it up there if you need Avi. Let me just keep it.
Well, allow me to say before we finish that I want to thank you guys for all of your wonderful feedback on the new collection. I want to thank you for joining with the show with Larry. I'm definitely going to be back, maybe not live in the studio, but certainly through Skype. And my mother's been watching the chat, so you boys behave yourself. And thanks again for tuning in to Chilling with Larry. I love Chilling with Larry. I hope you guys do as well. And as always, you can email me, avi@exowatch.com. You can also check me out, Savvy Avi, on Facebook, or Avi Vieira, which is my more professional account, but I'll friend you either way. And it's been such a joy to get a chance to chat with several of you. And of course, we're going to do the watch giveaway as soon as Larry returns. So just to recap, you will be receiving an EXO Retro, new for your collection. And then, of course, thank you to those of you that called in. Hey, Larry.
Hey. Okay, we figured it out. Anyway, is that readable now?
There. It's up.
Okay. So, Joe, please email to us the winning address where you want the watch shipped. Send it to contact@acorn.tv.
It's John.
John. Okay,
yeah.
John.
Yeah.
And we got to get our system down. I think we actually did it better last week.
Really?
So we're taking steps backwards now.
But you just upgraded.
We upgraded this software.
Oh, okay.
This software is the video, the VidBlaster software. Yeah. So anyway, there it is in Seattle, Washington. So nicely done. All right, Joe from West Mifflin, Pennsylvania. You have something for Avi, right?
Right. First one to say you got a great show, Larry, and great guests, and Sterling is awesome. Savvy Avi.
Thank you.
I don't know how, you're welcome. I don't know how to describe how well you guys have done with a very competitive watch industry. But my question's twofold because your watches are so unique from the exoskeleton brand and now the retro. But moving forward, do you think most of your watches are going to be automatics like you sold with the superlatives and so on? And then the second question is, having grown up in Brazil, are there actually any Brazilian watch companies that you that make very, very nice watches?
To answer the Brazil question first, I actually don't know, and I should probably look into that. I'm going to be returning in August, and I promise to follow up and see if there are any fantastic Brazilian watch companies. To my knowledge, there aren't any. I know there may be some connoisseurs out there who might say otherwise, but the Brazilian industry is growing quite rapidly, so it wouldn't surprise me if something didn't emerge. And maybe, who knows, there'll be a Savvy Avi collection. But as far as your exoskeleton question, we are going to continue on with mechanical automatics. And I don't know if it'll be divulging too much or not, but I'll put it to you this way. As far as the mechanics of a mechanical automatic are concerned, we've kind of created a new way to go about it. So that will be coming up in the future. I can't say when, of course. I'm really not sure. But does that answer your question?
Right. That sounds awesome, because I know Larry and Sterling, they're awesome with the automatics, and your automatics get sold out so fast.
Yeah, we'll revisit it for sure. So.
Okay, well, thank you so much. And the pictures, by the way, are stunning. You know, the marketing pictures with the retro line. You look absolutely stunning.
Thank you so much.
Is there any chance for me to get a signed picture? That would
absolutely.
be great.
Absolutely. You know, 'cause what you do is send an email to contact@acorn.tv, and just in the subject line put free picture, and Avi will...
I brought a whole stack of pictures of me. They're all different. And these are actually my personal prints, but I just brought them to share. So, you know, there's like this one. There's several here. So I will select one, hand pick it for you, and make sure
put your name
to,
and address where you want it shipped, and Avi
you.
will sign one for you, and we'll make sure it gets to you. Okay?
Okay, thanks so much.
And
Larry.
Joe, listen, thank you for the kind words about Sterling, and thank you for supporting us here at Acorn TV. I really appreciate it. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas.
Same to you.
Thank you, Joe.
Enjoy.
Thanks
you, Joe.
again.
Well, Avi, great show tonight. And,
I hate that you have to leave.
Well,
See?
Exactly, and that's why I'm kind of wrapping it up right now. I know last week with Wing, we went to 12:20, which is another 20 minutes. But
you told me that you would stay on a couple of hours, and I was really planning on staying here.
It's been 2 hours, Avi.
Well, how about 3, Larry?
I would do 3, but I've got to literally listen. You can flip over to Shop NBC, guys, and I'll be on in 2 hours. But the way they have the rules as guests, as
I
you
know. Yeah, you have to show up
We have to
very
be
early.
there 1 hour before.
Mm-hmm.
And did you know that when we go through that security thing, he logs us in the computer?
Oh.
Even if we don't sign in. Even if we don't
I
sign
did not
in,
know
the
that.
security guard has us.
I've shown up late before because I'm on a different time zone.
Listen,
I've literally thought that I was
Anyway.
an hour and 15 minutes early.
Yeah.
It turned out that I was 15 minutes
So
early.
I mean, if you get there a couple minutes out, they don't say anything. But the thing is, we have to be there an hour before, and that's the way it works. And sometimes I need that much prep time.
I know, you got to get your hair and makeup on, right?
Well, listen, the show's not quite over yet because, Avi, I have a special ending here for you. Every Chillin' with Larry Megan, I end the show with, I have to get my Judy Garland in there. I have my Judy fix. She's my favorite. So we end
we
every...
would have done Meet Me in St. Louis had I known that. I
Well,
love that movie.
Hang tight because tonight we go to close the show now. I want to thank everybody, but always chasing rainbows. Let's go to it, Ronnie.
Somewhere over the rainbow, way up.
Avi, for me, Judy Garland, not only is she a great talent, but I find her very inspirational. And people always say, well, what's your favorite Judy Garland movie? And I don't really have a favorite Judy Garland movie. It's because with Judy Garland, it's really more about moments because all of her movies, you can always find at least one great moment in every movie, sometimes 2 or 3. And none of the movies are really perfect. There's always something, even Meet Me in St. Louis, which is one of her best. That whole bit where they get all weird on Halloween and they start egging the door.
I know, it is weird, isn't it?
Yeah, and then she makes up the lie about the neighbor. I mean, every movie's got a little something that kills the movie. But there's always these great Judy moments.
That's true.
And to me, her career is about these great moments in film and on television and in concerts. And I find these moments to be very inspirational. Her life, to me, is very inspirational. And to me, this is really one of the great ones of all time. This is from the movie you mentioned, Meet Me in St. Louis. And I picked this one just for you and also for the fact that, and I've been saving it because like the last 2 weeks I was tempted to go to it. I said, no, I'm going to save it for Avi.
Oh, you're awesome.
Yeah, and it's for the right time of year, Judy Garland, Meet Me in St. Louis, 1944. Judy's 22 in this scene. She's singing to Margaret O'Brien. Check it out.
If Santa Claus brings me any toys, I'm taking them with me. I'm taking all my dolls, the dead ones too. I'm taking everything.
Of course you are. I'll help you pack them myself. You don't have to leave anything behind. Except your snow people, of course. We'd look pretty silly trying to get them on the train, wouldn't we?
Have yourself a merry little let your heart be light. Next year all our troubles will be out of sight. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Make the Yuletide gay. Next year all our troubles will be miles away. Once again, as in olden days, happy golden days of yore, faithful friends who were dear to us will be near to us once more. Someday soon we all will be together if the fates allow. Until then, we'll have to muddle through somehow. So have yourself a merry little Christmas.
Well, there you have it. Have yourself a merry little Christmas, Judy Garland. You know that scene, right?
Oh, of course. Absolutely.
Like that? Yeah.
I love that movie. Actually, little known fact, I performed the trolley song.
Oh, fabulous.
My junior year of high school, full costume and the works for our year review at my school. So that's on tape somewhere.
I was going to just say, is there any video on that?
I'm sure it exists, but I
Okay,
do not
we'll have
have
to
a
work on
copy.
that.
But I rented a $300 costume with the whole hat and the whole shebang and performed.
Fantastic.
So,
Well,
love that
Ivy,
movie.
It's been a real pleasure having you here tonight.
Thank you so much,
It's been
Larry.
great. You know, I've really
They're getting
enjoyed
rowdy in the green room, by the way.
I know they are. You better get out there before all the food is gone. But listen, and I got to be at shop in less than an hour. But I want to thank everybody out there. We had great support tonight. And not that many people, went bye-bye after the watch drawing. Some did, but most of you hung in there with us. So I want to thank you all for your support here at Acorn TV. Wish you all, great holiday season, Christmas, Hanukkah, New Year's. And we'll be back next week, next Wednesday night. Not sure yet who the guest is going to be. I'm still working on it. But what you want to do, like I said, like us on Facebook, click the Facebook button, follow us on Twitter, and we do the show alerts there, and you'll find out, the time and who's going to be the guest and all that. So thank you all.
I might be free next Wednesday, Larry. I'm just saying. I'll be back in Tennessee, but
we can work something out. I'll post on it. But, to me, again, this whole closing segment is all about inspiration. So remember, always continue to pursue your goals, follow your dreams, always keep chasing those rainbows. I'm Larry Megan. Peace, love, and all good things.
Chill with Larry Megan.